For 5 years, buying a premium laptop was a one-step process. You bought a MacBook. In 2026, that default recommendation is officially broken. Three distinct heavyweights now occupy the $1,600 price bracket: the Apple M5 MacBook Pro, the Dell XPS 14, and the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon. A $2,000 investment today forces a specialized choice. You are essentially choosing between absolute rendering speeds, native gaming versatility, or legacy enterprise portability. We map them across two metrics: gaming versatility on the horizontal and raw compute on the vertical. The MacBook occupies the top left, leading in efficiency but limited in gaming. The XPS 14 takes the top right, closing the gaming gap with its massive integrated graphics leap. There is no longer a single machine that excels at every task. Buying out of brand loyalty today likely means sacrificing the specific features your actual daily workflow requires. We start with raw computational horsepower. Apple's M5 architecture is built for sustained processing, maintaining a power profile Intel is only just beginning to match. The benchmark data favors Apple. The M5 hits a single-core score of 4,288 and a multi-core score of 17,926, outpacing Panther Lake. In a real-world handbrake test, that delta results in the Mac finishing a full minute faster than Intel. Intel's counter strategy with Panther Lake involves a new low-power island. By isolating background tasks, they've managed to push multi-threaded performance 50% higher than the previous generation without increasing the thermal footprint. If your primary metric is 4K video transcoding speed, the Mac is the objective winner. It delivers the fastest turnaround times available, though it tethers you to a platform with very limited native gaming support. Intel's 2026 advantage lies in the hardware that lives right next to the CPU. They are effectively making the entry-level dedicated graphics card obsolete. Opting for the Core Ultra X7 or X9 processors adds the Arc B390 integrated GPU, which utilizes 12 Xe3 cores to handle graphical loads that used to require a bulky, separate chip. This chart compares average gaming output, and the Panther Lake iGPU now perfectly matches the performance of a dedicated NVIDIA RTX 4050. That represents a 76% increase in gaming performance year over year. This power relies on shared LPDDR5X system memory. To actually see these results, you have to configure the machine with higher RAM tiers, which often pushes the price of the Dell XPS 14 past $2,100. However, for mixed-use buyers, this eliminates the need to carry a heavy, single-purpose gaming laptop. You can now run modern titles at high settings in a professional, thin and light chassis. Beyond the silicon, you have to account for the physical trade-offs of the screen and the chassis. The Dell XPS 14 offers a Tandem OLED display. By stacking 2 layers of pixels, it delivers the infinite contrast of OLED with significantly higher brightness and improved long-term durability. This chart shows the battery penalty. The OLED model lasts 12.5 hours, while the LED version reaches 20.5 hours. The MacBook Pro M5 land in the middle at 18 hours. Intel has closed the efficiency gap, provided you sacrifice the OLED panel. If weight is the primary bottleneck, the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 14 shifts the focus entirely toward portability. Lenovo managed to keep the chassis under 1 kilogram while maintaining 30 watts of continuous performance. Every premium laptop in 2026 is governed by these rigid trade-offs. You cannot currently buy a machine that combines a sub-1 kilogram weight with a Tandem OLED screen and a 20-hour battery. Selecting the right machine requires looking past brand loyalty to identify the specific bottleneck in your actual daily routine. This decision tree routes the 3 2026 architectures to their ideal user based on their primary workload. For the high-end creative whose day is defined by Final Cut Pro and 4K exports, the MacBook Pro M5 remains the benchmark. You receive the highest performance per watt on the market, provided you accept a chassis design that hasn't changed in years and a library that ignores most AAA games. The Dell XPS 14 is the choice for the generalist who wants a modern aesthetic and the ability to run native PC games without a dedicated gaming rig. The trade-off is physical. You must choose between the visual quality of the OLED screen or a battery that actually outlasts the Mac. For the ultra-mobile executive who is constantly on the move, the Lenovo X1 Carbon is the only machine that prioritizes carry weight above all else. You are paying a premium specifically for that weight reduction, and you sacrifice top-tier graphical power to get it. The 2026 market has reached a level of maturity where every flagship machine is technically excellent. Success now depends entirely on the alignment between the hardware and your specific workload. Buy the laptop that addresses your most frequent constraint, whether that's your render queue, your native Steam library, or the weight in your bag.